The very important topic of geomorphology is exogenetic and endogenetic force. So today I am going to explain you this very important topic. So first we need to know what is exo and what is endo. The meaning of exo is external. By the name you can understand exo means external. Okay. Or we can say out. Okay. What is the meaning of endo? Endo means internal, or we can say in. Okay. These forces are works on earth. Okay. So it is earth. Suppose it is earth and I just cut a slice of earth to know about that what is in the interior portion of the earth. Okay, I just put this slice over here. As we know that the external layer of the earth is called crust of the earth. So this is called crust. Okay, outermost surface of the earth, out. So we can write out. But what about the interior? What about the interior portion of the earth? We can divide the interior portion of the earth by two layers. One is called core, another one is called mantle. Okay, so both are interior portion of the earth, or we can write in. Okay, so when a force comes from interior portion of the earth, that is called endogenous force. Yes, endogenetic force. Whether it comes from interior portion of the earth. Okay, when a force comes from outer portion of the earth. Okay, from here. Okay, externally it comes. Okay, that is called exogenetic force. Whether the force comes from interior or external portion of the earth, both are effects on crust of the earth. Suppose endogenetic force comes from interior portion of the earth and it is effects on crust of the earth, and exogenetic force comes from outer portion of the earth and it also affects on crust of the earth. Okay. If I compare earth with our human body, so we can understand very easily what is the thing. So you can see that it is my skin. Okay, just like earth's skin. What is the name of earth's skin? That is crust of earth. Okay, that is the outermost layer of the earth. So it is my skin, and there is also interior portion of the earth. Also I have interior portion of my body. Right. So can you see my digestive system? No, you need to cut my body. After that you can see that. Okay. So it is also interior portion of mine. You even cannot able to see that mantle and core from the crust. Okay. So suppose one day I find out that there is one Bruno appears on my skin due to digestive system. So digestive system, the digestion problem is interior matter. Okay, interior problem. Due to that problem, a Bruno appears on my skin. Means due to digestive system. Okay, due to digestive problem, that problem reflects on my skin through Bruno. Okay, okay. And suppose one day I scratch that Bruno. That is externally I scratch that Bruno. Okay. So after scratching I got a spot. So what is the conclusion? Due to digestive system, when a problem reflects on my skin as a Bruno, that is interior force. Due to that force, a thing reflects on my Bruno. So it is interior portion of the earth. Okay. It is endogenous force and it is surface of the earth. And it is result. Okay. And what is endo? What is exo? Exo is I scratching the broom. Okay, after scratching I got a spot. Okay, that is exogenetic force. I think I make you understand what is endo and what is exo. Okay, so here you can see it is crust of the earth, it is mantle and it is core. So crust is outer portion of the earth, mantle and core is inner portion of the earth. So whether it is exo or endo, whatever it is, so due to these forces, crust facing some incidence. Okay, if the force, if it is not external, sorry, it is internal force or endogenous force. If the force comes from internal portion, it affects on crust. If the force comes from external portion, it also affects the crust. So what is that external forces, exogenous forces? Suppose there is sun radiation. Okay, sun radiation. Suppose riverine action, river. Suppose wind action. Okay, suppose glacier. Suppose weathering. Suppose mass wasting. These kind of forces effects on crust externally. Effects on crust externally. How come? Okay, so you know that crust is not as smooth as my skin, right? Crust is not very smooth. It is undulating. Why it is undulating? Because the upper portions are altitude, the height portions are called mountains. The low portions are called valley. So due to riverine action, valley, we got that valleys. Okay, so these are external force. Due to this external force, crust changing rapidly. Whether it is weathering, whether it is mass wasting, whether it is glacier action. Due to glacier action, we got some features like moraine, like cane. Due to wind action, we got barkhan. So these are effects on crust of the earth externally. Okay, so these are causes. These are causes or forces. That is called external force or exogenous force. What is the result? Which we can see over the crust. The result are like this barkhans, this moraines, this valley, this mountains. These are effects. Okay. So if I talk about that endogenous force which comes from the interior portion of the earth, so which force is endogenous force? Like earthquake, like volcanism. These forces are endogenous force, but the reflection we can see on the crust. So why these are endogenous forces? Because the earthquake, the power of the earthquake comes from the interior portion of the earth. If I talking about volcanism, the magma, lava, there is lava or magma chamber in the interior portion of the the magma or lava. There is a magma or lava layer in the interior portion of the earth, and which come out through the magma chamber, and it flowing on the crust of the earth. Okay, so these are internal, okay, or endogenous forces. Okay, so I think I make you understand by example which are endogenous or exogenous forces. So earthquake, then volcanism. So these are, endogenous forces, right? So there is classification of exogenous and endogenous forces. It is just like a chart, a big classification over here. So if I divided exogenous forces, I got this exogenetic and endogenetic forces divided by many categories, many things. Okay, there is very big chart over here. So you can see that endogenetic force, which is called internal force. Okay, endogenetic, which comes from internal. Okay, that force divided by two things. One is catastrophic and another one is called diastrophic. So what is catastrophic? Catastrophic movement or catastrophic forces are sudden force which occurs suddenly. Okay, that is called catastrophic. And what is diastrophic? These are very slow forces. These are very much slow forces. So if I give you example of catastrophic force, or I give you the there are different type of catastrophic force like volcanicity or volcanism, seismicity or earthquake. So these are called catastrophic forces. As we know that volcanism or volcanicity is not a very slow going force, it is a sudden force, a sudden movement. If you are proof or of any incident of volcanicity, you can understand. So you don't need to be a real or proof of that volcanicity. If you see a video of volcanicity, you can understand how much scary that is. Okay, there is some blast happening. This kind of forces are there. So it is sudden and very much sudden force. So volcanicity is a sudden or catastrophic force. And if I talk about earthquake, we are standing on 2020. We cannot predict any earthquake of 2050 like that. It is difficult to predict. Okay, so it is not a slow going force. So earthquake are a sudden force. It is also a sudden incident. So there is volcanicity and earthquake. These are called sudden movement or catastrophic force, as these are not slow going movement, a sudden movement. Okay, अचानक से हो जाता है, just like that. Okay, if I'm talking about diastrophic force, this is also another endogenetic force which comes from internal portion of the earth, that is slow movement. Okay, that is very much slow movement. Many years are responsible to do this kind of movement. Throughout many years, this movement happens. Okay, if I giving you an example like upliftment of mountain. Upliftment of mountain is not a sudden thing. Within a day, there is a mountain uplifted. That is not possible. Okay, there are many years. Many years are responsible to upliftment of a mountain. So that which forces are responsible to upliftment of mountain, these are called like diastrophic forces, the very slow going forces. These are not sudden forces. Many years are responsible to do that forces. Okay, do that moment. Okay. So there is diastrophic force, that is very slow movement. Okay, many years need to do that movement. So there is two types of diastrophic. One is epiorogenic, another one is orogenic. So we need to know what is epiorogenic. Okay, epiorogenic is divided by upliftment of subsidence. Upliftment and subsidence. Okay, this upliftment and subsidence denoted that epiorogenic movement. So what is upliftment or emergence? Just like this. This is called upliftment. Okay, and this is called subsidence. Subsided, just a downward. Upliftment is just like an upward movement. Okay, and subsidence is just like a downward. Upliftment is just like this, and subsidence is just like this. It is downward movement. Got it? Okay, or submergence. Orogenic. What is orogenic force? There are two type of things. Okay, one is called compression force, another one is called tension force. So what is compression? Compressions are called as fold, wrap. These are called compression force, and fold, that is called tension force. Okay. So what is fold? If there over here, and that's why this is generating. This is called fold. Okay, this is called fold. Okay, and these two forces are very intensive. Okay, very much intensive. So this fold becomes more shrink. Okay, that is called wrap. Okay, and if the force is more intensive, okay, more intensive, then we got fault. Okay, then we got fault. Okay, so these are the chart of endogenetic force. After that, I will tell you what are the exogenetic force. So give a revision. That is, there are two type of endogenetic force. One is catastrophic, another one is diastrophic. Catastrophic is sudden. There is sudden force like volcanicity, seismicity, and if I talk about diastrophic, there is that is called slow movement. There are two types of diastrophic, like epiorogenic, orogenic. There are two types of epiorogenic, like upliftment, just like this, subsidence, just like this. Orogenic is fold, wrap, and fault. So fold is just like this, more intensive. There is a wrap. After that, fault. Okay. So there is exogenetic force or external force. There is two types of external force. We can say like degradation, aggradation. What is the meaning of degradation? That is erosion, weathering, like mass movement. That is degradation. Okay, that is erosion, eroded, removing something. Okay, in a negative way. That is not a negative way, just removing something. That is degradation, degrading. Okay, suppose anyone tell you that your marks degrading day by day. That is your marks removing. Okay, suppose you're getting like 90% marks. One day you got 70% marks. So your marks removing or reducing. So that is degradation, downward. Okay, what is aggradation? Deposition. That is positive, adding something. Okay, that is aggradation. Okay, that is called deposition. So if I explain that what is degradation, there is main three incident happening to support that degradation. It is weathering, erosion, mass movement. Okay, so we need to know what is weathering. Suppose weathering walks on surface of earth, right? Suppose it is earth and it is surface of earth. Okay, it is surface of earth. So this weathering happens on the surface of earth. So the surface is, or the crust or the skin of earth, whatever we can say. So that surface made up of different types of rock. So this weathering walks on that rock. Okay, that rocks are, the surface is made by rocks, right? So there is some, as it is exogenetic force, so there is some exogenetic forces works on the surface of earth. Suppose, what are the exogenetic forces? It is surface or the crust of earth which is made by different types of rock. Okay, there is some forces like sun ray, like storm, like rainfall, like riverine action, like wind, like this type of forces works on the surface of earth. So when it works on the surface of earth, then what happens? Then suppose it is a rock of earth. Due to this forces, okay, the rock getting fragmented, okay, broken into particles. It is the first stage of that rock. Okay, after that, this rock broken into, it is the main rock and it is broken into particles. Okay, so this broken particles are just stay beside of that rock. Okay, so I repeat it. These are the forces which works rock broken into particles. Okay, so that broken things, that broken particle or fragmented thing just stay beside of that rock. This incident is called weathering. This incident is called weathering. If these particles are not there, if these particles are not there, those are removing from here. Those are removing from here. Okay. So that is called erosion. If the particles are just stay beside of the rock, that is called weathering. If those are removing from there, that is called erosion. But whether the particles are removing, that incident, that is the particles are removing, that incident is called mass movement. Understood? That incident is called mass movement. So the total matter is just like that. Due to this external forces, as it is exogenetic forces, right? Due to this external forces, these are works on surface of the earth. Okay? So surface is made by what? Surface is made by several type of rocks. Okay? So whether these forces works on rock, so rock getting fragmented, broken particles. When the broken particle just stay beside of that rock, that is called weathering. Okay, when the broken particles are just removing from there and there is a bare rock or parent material over there, so that is called erosion. And that the movement, when the broken particles are removing from there, that incident is called, means that movement is called mass movement. So you can understand what is degradation. All things are about erosion. Okay, negative action. So that is degradation. And what is aggregation? When that broken particles, broken things are deposited over a single area. Just that broken particles are removing from here and deposited over a single area, that is called deposition. So from this rock, that broken particles are moving. ये broken particles rock को छोड़ कर चला जाना है. So broken particles are leaving that rock, but those are adding somewhere. So as those are adding somewhere, that is called aggregation, and those are removing from here, that is called degradation for that area. Okay. So these are the explanation of exogenetic and endogenetic forces. And next class, next video, I will explain each and every matters. Thank you so much to hearing me.